Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got 1/3 of the Coco crew here. That's right, sexiest man on all Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, boom, boom, here shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Well, kids, of course, if you haven't seen the breaking news by now, I'm going to tell you about it for the first time here. Bobby Roode, Eric Young, no longer with TNA. It happened last night. Both of these gentlemen requested and were granted their release. They wrapped up with the company last night at a series of TV tapings, which look, and this should not really be spoilers if you're a big TNA fan. Both of these gentlemen holding titles. Of course, Bobby Roode, one half of the tag team champions, along with James Storm, Beer Money, and Eric Young, the King of the Mountain champion. I guess it's pretty safe to say that they will be dropping their respective championships in the upcoming episodes for the month of April. So stay tuned, take a look at it. This means with this release that they are free to sign anywhere, go anywhere they want. But I do like the fact that they are handling it with grace and dignity. First of all, TNA, their statement on this goes as follows. Impact Wrestling has come to terms on the release of veteran wrestlers Bobby Roode and Eric Young. Bobby and Eric have been valuable members of the Impact roster since 2004, and we wish them nothing but the best in their careers going forward. Eric Young had tweeted a couple of tweets here, and they go as, quote, heading to that building and thinking back on the last 12 years, what a wild ride. Fans who have watched and supported me, anything that I have done, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's see what happens next. Hashtag thank you. So it doesn't look like there's any animosity. What a lot of these stories are not telling me, which I think may play a role here, is perhaps maybe some contract disputes, maybe some talks about pay. Now, I know at one point they re-signed Bobby Roode. He was the TNA champion at the time. His contract was coming up, but apparently somebody forgot to check some shit, and his contract was coming up. He was the champion, and that gave him very good leverage power when it came to renegotiating his TNA contract. Of course, obviously, he stayed. Eric Young, God, what a metamorphosis his career has gone from. Because remember, he was just the laughable sidekick character in Team Canada way back in 2014. Hell, back when this is going to make me feel old now. Back when I first started doing internet wrestling radio, one of the first shows that I reviewed was a TNA Impact. This is back when I think they just landed on Spike. Maybe it was around circa 06. And he was just the Showtime Eric Young. Then he became more serious. He bulked up. He became a TNA champion. Now he's like the bearded crazy guy. So he's going through a hell of a career right now in TNA. And to be honest, I think it was time for both of them to go, because what more can they do? I believe that Bobby Roode's feuded with everybody at least twice. Eric been there. I mean, he's been the goofy character. He's been the hero. He took a similar story a couple of years ago, which TNA caught some flack for. They were doing his storyline similar to Daniel Bryan's, and then now just really nasty bad guy. Remember Sergeant Melendez's prosthetic leg, that whole thing, which was love it or hate it. I mean, it was a far cry from when he first started. Now, of course, what everybody is asking, it's the obvious question: were they going to sign with WWE? Are they going to sign with WWE? I mean, yeah, that's a possibility. They are free to do whatever they want, free to go wherever they want to. I think, WWE is a possibility. However, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. If you look at this, Bobby Roode's 39, Eric Young's 36. Not exactly. I would say no. WWE probably wouldn't be interested in starting out with him right now. But then again, they've hired AJ Styles, which is about the same age. In fact, he's pushing 40. Nakamura, he's getting on up there now. So why not? Why not? I think that's a very big possibility. But if not that, then both these gentlemen could definitely make a career right now on the independent circuit. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Eric Young pop up in Lucha Underground for one. Bobby Roode, I think maybe he can make a little niche for himself, back up in Canada or out in Japan. So I think that would be, but who knows? But that's just off the top of my head where I think they would be best suited. What do you guys think? Are you shocked? I mean, I'm kind of shocked because it just kind of came out of the blue because you had just two of their top stars. In fact, I mean, these aren't like, former, this isn't like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. This isn't like, what's his name? Bobby Lashley. This isn't like, some guys who were in WWE at one point. They left, they got scooped up by TNA, and they were just biding their time so they could, get back in. No, these were TNA guys. These guys have been part of TNA for a long, long time. So it does kind of come to a shock to me. Now, either they couldn't reach a contract agreement, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they talked to AJ. AJ talked to them. They said, and I'm just speculating here. There could have been a scenario where it's like, hey, if you guys get out of your TNA contracts, we can bring you down. We can bring you up to Stanford and give you a look, maybe have you go down to Full Sail University, do some matches down there. And maybe they bid. I don't know. Or maybe it's just, what you think it might be. Just they couldn't come to really agreements on terms of pay as far as their contracts in TNA go. And they just said, you know what, thank you, but we're going to walk. Who knows? Who knows? So we'll go and get some questions real quick here. Who does TNA bring in to fill the gaps in their roster? Or can they make do with a smaller roster? Well, their roster is really not that small to begin with. I think this is an opportunity for guys on the undercard. I think this is for guys like Bram, people like Drake, Eli Drake, a lot of these younger guys. It's opportunities for them to step up and take on more responsibility, to take on a bigger role. And then what you would do, instead of bringing somebody in from the outside to take these top spots, I would treat this, like any kind of work company where, and this happens in my industry all the time, where somebody will leave, you have somebody step up to take that position, and then you hire somebody to take the lower position. So, and that's happened, and that happens in a lot of companies. So I could see that. Take, guys who are on that verge, on that cusp of maybe being breakout stars, put them in that role, see how they do, and then you bring in somebody from the independent circuit, somebody that they have a good rapport with, to fill the lower card spot, to fill that, I don't want to say jobber role, but jobber role, to fill that role. So I think that's what TNA should do. Mateo TC says, Roode was one of the best in TNA. I think his first run as champion was one of my favorite periods in wrestling. I hope he could do good maybe in WWE, but in the end, he is one of the only true stars of TNA. Yeah, definitely solid TNA guy. I'm like you. I did enjoy his first TNA championship run. Everything else is just, I wasn't a huge fan of. In fact, I'm really not a huge fan of TNA right now with the way their things are, the way things are progressing with the company. I've just had to take a break from it. I know Coco's had to take a break from it. I know LK has fallen on the hand grenade a few times to review TNA. He looks at it from a different perspective, which has really helped him out, which me, not so much. Maybe I'll be willing just a few more months, I'll be willing to give it another shot. It's just I have a hard time with Dixie Carter at the helm. That's just my thoughts on it. But any more questions here? Feel free to get them in. Let's see. I can go ahead and do some shameless self-promoting while I'm thinking about it. Be sure to check us out. Coco would normally be doing this show, but Coco messaged me and asked me to do it. He is not feeling well right now. He's under the weather. Ooh, I'm sick. Everybody in my house had the flu. Now I got the flu. Whatever, Dave. Come on, you should suck it up. It doesn't matter, man. You should be in your iron lung just podcasting. That's totally what he should be doing. LK, I think he might actually be asleep right now. I think he works a graveyard shift, so I think he might be asleep. I did invite him to the show, but you can see he's not here. Let's see what else. We're about to start a new week. We'll be back with Monday Night Raw, that review. Then we'll start. I'll jump in. I'll do TNA, or not TNA, excuse me. I'll do TNA is coming up. I don't know if I'll do it, but yeah, we're gonna hopefully have somebody review TNA. Maybe OK is gonna fall on that hand grenade again. NXT, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, SmackDown, and of course we're all preparing as we build up to not only NXT TakeOver Dallas, but we're also gearing up towards WrestleMania 32. Going to be absolutely, well, I'm looking more forward to NXT than I am WrestleMania, truth be told. So no more questions here. So that'll do it. That'll do it for me. So be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And KocoSports.com, KocoSports.net takes you to the same place, and ProWrestling.me. Get on over there, sign up. It's absolutely positively free. So this is Boom Boom, and for my partners, let's see. Boom for Coco and LK. The boom just went bang, and I am out of here.